What's up, homie?
What up, bro?
How are you?
It's another day, another dollar.
It's been a while, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Glad to have you back on.
Bad breath and a good attitude. So shit.
So, dude, so I feel like, fuck, how long has it been since we did the first one?
Fuck, dude. I think maybe 8 months, 7 months.
Yeah, it's okay. It feels like a while, but you've done a lot since then.
I feel like I've done a lot.
Yeah. So what's up? You just got finished with the Arnold, huh?
I just got done with the Arnold Classic. That was my pro debut. That shit was awesome. That was more of an experience than really anything. I met so many people. I learned a lot about this bodybuilding shit. A lot that I didn't know. Like,
it's like, hey, dude, I'm a pro and I'm learning shit still, dude.
I'm like, whew, this is crazy because there's so many ins and outs to it. And my first competition, I was like full into prep. Like, I fucking posed every single day. And I didn't miss a beat. My 90-second routine was on point to the 100% mark, and like it was perfect. And then this show, I didn't prep at all. Like, I mean, I prepped with diet and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't prep with my posing.
Okay.
So when I picked my song, and then I listened to my song every single day on repeat, just so I knew the song. But then I went up there with no posing practice at all. So I just was like, fuck it. When they called my name, I went out there and I winged it. I was like, I'm just gonna do a routine that I can think of as I go. And it came out pretty good. I did better than I expected.
What did you end up placing?
I ended up placing top 5. I got 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was going for 6th.
Okay. Well, shit, there you go.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy.
Do you think if you would have practiced that posing, that might have slid you up a little more? Or do you think it was just stiff competition, or?
No, it was stiff competition.
Yeah.
The top 4 were a good top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I just have to get some more size on. I'm going to Dallas this weekend to train with this guy. His name's Harold Kelly. He got 4th, but basically, there's not this past Olympia, but the 5 before it, the 5 Olympias before it, he's won first place at all of them in my division. So he's like the reigning champion. He's like Harold King Kong Kelly. He's like the big dog. So I'm going to train with him on Sunday in Dallas, and try to learn some new tricks.
It's cool. It's cool in that world, in the bodybuilding world, but especially probably in your class of it too. Whereas, like, everyone can still hang out and get along. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's some competitive drama in there a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely still some drama and competitive. Like, I posted an Instagram post the other day, and it was like, man, if you feel like quitting, just don't quit. And this guy in my division reposted, and he was like, man, you can't quit. I still got to beat you. And I was like, he was like, then you have my permission to quit. And I reposted, and I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Finally, some competition. Like, everyone's
that's good, healthy competition.
Yeah, but everyone's just always trying to hold hands all the time. I feel like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more in your class?
Yeah, more in my class.
Because you guys have been through so much more. And
yeah, there's like more of a connection between us. Right. So it kind of makes us more like friends with each other. We're not just like random guys that are just like competing. We actually have like a connection, especially like on social media. We've all met each other because of the wheelchair and stuff like that. So yeah, I just think it makes us like more friendly, but I like that rugged competition.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I think it's cool. What song was your walkout? Like it's not walkout music, but your stage music, your routine.
My
music.
Rollout.
Yeah, your rollout. Fuck, dude. I didn't even know I just went there. My bad, dude.
Fuck. I went out to Dance with the Devil by Breaking Benjamin.
Let's say on your guys. So like on your typical bodybuilder routine, you have like a walkout. Like they have, like.
Typically, you would do exactly this. You would just be flexing your legs too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you base that around the same layout, I guess, and you just alter it for your guys, limitations or.
Yeah. So when we come out, the head of our division named Nick Scott, he does an announcement for everyone's injury level because like everyone is paralyzed at a different level.
Okay.
And so. Some people, they're paralyzed maybe at like their nipple line. And some people paralyzed at like maybe like below their waist. So like some guys, they have back muscles they can flex all the way down, like they're full erectors all the way down to the bottom of their back. Some guys can only flex half their back muscles. So before they come out, he explains each like person's injury level and stuff like that.
So preps the judges, like,
yeah,
so they know
preps
what they're
the
looking
judges
for. Okay.
and lets the crowd know, like, all right, you can only see half of this guy's lats because he's paralyzed like the nipple level down, so he's flexing like every muscle he can. So you got to take that into account.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's still bodybuilding, so it's like, well, if you like have a higher level injury, well, you better make the shit you can flex overly exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense. So the guy who won, what are his like limitations?
That guy, he had, I'm not really sure why he's in a wheelchair. His name is John Rashish, I think.
Okay.
I hope I got that right. He's from India.
Okay.
But yeah, he won the Sharu Classic and the, I think, Olympia Amateur. And yeah, then he came and he won. Now, do I think he should have won? I'm not going to say that he didn't look good, but I was surprised that he got first place.
Okay.
Yeah, out of the competition that was there, the guy that I thought was going to get first place got third. And then
Who was that?
His name is I don't know his name.
Okay,
he goes by Gorilla.
Okay,
that's all I know. Yeah,
but that's all you need to know.
Yeah, he goes by the Gorilla. He's from Brazil. But yeah, I thought he was gonna win because he's pretty solid. But I mean, it was stiff competition.
Was Arnold there at that one?
Arnold was there.
Did you get to meet him?
I didn't get to meet him.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I could have met him. But it's like trying to meet Arnold. It takes a long time. So
I
like,
bet.
I gotta like coordinate it with like the head of my division, and then I gotta like show up somewhere on time, and then I gotta get around all the other people that are there at the same time to see him. And then if you want to like see him in like the meet and greet or something, well, shit, that's like impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is there to see him at the meet and greet. So trying to see him privately is like hard too.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I mean, dude, it's still that competition. It just means a lot more than some of the others. You know what I mean? So it's cool that you got to pro debut at that one.
Yeah, for sure. That was what was pretty cool about it, was because it was just such a big show. Like it's got the greats there. It's like got all like some of my favorite bodybuilders. I met some of my favorite bodybuilders. I met Sam Sulik, like the guy however you say his last name, the guy everybody wants to meet.
Yeah.
I didn't go there to meet him. He's kind of like out my age demographic, but I do like his content and stuff like that. So I got his signature. I got to meet a bunch of people from like Hostile Sups and got all their signatures. And because I'm trying to work my way into the fitness industry, like into the corporate side of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's
what are you doing? What are your plans? I guess
my plans are a full supplement company and clothing company.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to start the clothing company. Actually.
What's it called? You're not announcing it yet? Are we waiting?
No, I'll announce it. It's called The Body Shop.
Okay.
That's the name. That's the main brand of it. And then there's going to be 3 subcategories. There's going to be a bodybuilding line. There's going to be a fitness line for women, and then there's going to be like a luxury fitness line for women, and then there's going to be like just regular streetwear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. The Body Shop, dude. That name's awesome. It reminds me, like, there used to be this old school ass gym we used to work out at, like one window unit, fucking old school mirrors, old ass, a bunch of old ass Cybex equipment and shit, and fucking like a bunch of old iron, like rusty iron, and it was in Minden. I don't think that place is open anymore, but it's like right where you're coming out of downtown Minden going towards Dixie Inn, but it was right there, dude. We worked out there, and it was just me and it was honestly me and a bunch of big ass black dudes. We would work out like it was all about, the motherfuckers were all about benching and you know, the old school triceps and benching and fucking leg press and shit and squat. And we go up there, dude, I couldn't have been 15, 16 years old. And then I think I kept going till I was around 20 or so. But it was all, dude, we were trying to max out every fucking time we went and shit,
workout,
dude.
you get stronger.
And those dudes are so fucking strong, dude. There's no way. Like, I'd hit 315, they'd be over there like repping fucking 400. I'm just like,
I work out with dudes in my gym like that. I'm like, how the fuck are you so strong? Like you don't look this strong. The guys that don't even look that strong, they're just like big.
Yeah.
They get onto that bench and they're just like, throw 4 plates on there.
Yeah.
And just clanging and banging.
Dude, I got that way where we would start with 245. That's what my fresh weight would be.
Really?
Yeah, and we would work up.
That's pretty fucking...
Yeah, dude, I got really strong at bench, and then I detached my pec tendon.
Oh, damn.
I was training for a fight, cutting weight. Mm-hmm. I wasn't cutting weight like I was in the process, like, you know how it is. Like, I was in the early process. It's probably 8 weeks out.
Okay,
and I shouldn't have been any fucking benching anymore. But my dumb ass, like, I was still doing those type of workouts, which I should not have been doing at all. That close to a fight.
Food back.
Yeah,
and
dude,
shit.
I shouldn't have been even benching. Like, why the fuck has nothing to do with fight? You know, just that's just ego shit. You know, because I always did it.
Literally.
And I was in the gym. And I was actually in Anytime. There's another dude. He was a cop. He would come in there and work out. And just luckily he was there because I was on a Smith machine, but I didn't have guards up or anything. You know, and I want to say I had like 420 on. It might have been like 390. It's something.
Okay,
something off.
You got some
it was some fucking off.
weight.
Yeah, it was some off number, and I came down, bro, and I felt it like in my teeth. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you ever popped something, but like I felt that shit, and I was like, oh fuck. And luckily he saw that. He knew it was like, because he's seen me work out. He knows I should have been able to hit that, but also I shouldn't have been fucking lifting that much.
Yeah.
One, without a spot. Two, that close to it's dumb, dude. Just dumb shit. I think I was like in my mid-20s. And ever since then, it took me a year to rehab that shit, dude. And ever since then, I won't touch anything over 315.
Damn.
And, you know, it's just like there's no reason for me to. But I do a lot of CrossFit shit now, so the movements are different.
Yeah, it's a whole different style working out you're doing now.
Yeah. Where I'm not stationary, but it is funny because we'll go back and do some of those workouts sometimes, and it's almost like a calisthenics. Like I'll start controlling weight slow and I'll start shaking, and it's because I've lost that slow control because I have the fast twitch now. Oh shit, we're good. So I've had the fast twitch now. You know? So anyways, that it's good, man. We'll clean it up later. So that being said, like I noticed the difference, you know, like before I couldn't do fast twitch stuff, you know, and I could just, you know, I could bump
really
out the slow stuff, press stuff, slow movements, slow squat, slow press, whereas now it's like explosive movements are come better to me now and the slower stuff. So it's a balance how that shit, you know, you gotta, if you want to be good at everything, it's almost impossible because the way you're built and your body shape is changed.
Yeah, it's one or the other. You're either gonna get bulky and slow, or you're gonna get fast and speedy and strong.
But you say those dudes, like there's guys that do CrossFit, like that you look at them, you wouldn't think they could do the fucking weight and the movements they can do.
I see some of the guys that do CrossFit and they're fucking big, like big ass quads and big ass like huge legs. I'm like, how the fuck are you pulling those things up?
How are you getting like double unders, and how are you doing like muscle ups?
Yeah,
and shit?
dude, like how are you doing muscle ups with fucking 120 pound legs? Like what the fuck?
But what I'd say now, like since you're into this, what's your training regimen? Last time we sat down, like you were talking about you're going to just now start camp. You know, what's your training regimen now, and how often are you going to do shows now that you're pro?
So now that I'm pro, and now that I've got everything going, my training regiment's really like I train like 4 days in a row, and then I'll take like 1 day off. Then I'll do like 3 days in a row. Then I'll take 2 days off. Then I'll do like 4 days or 5 days in a row. Then take like a day or two off. Okay. So it's a split that I kind of have to go off of with my body. Like I have to just remember what my split is, because my days, I don't even run my weeks in like 7-day weeks anymore. I run them in like 8-day weeks, because it makes it to where like my 4-day splits, like my 4-day workouts are like create a week basically. So like I'll do 4 days, take a day off, and do 3 days, and then there's my week. And so I've just been doing that, training a lot. I'm only training probably an hour a day right now, and just training heavy. I
love that you say training. I used to fuck with people. People be like, bro, what are you training today? And I was like, dude, I don't have a fucking competition. So I'm not training. I'm just fucking working out. You know, that shit. I used to make fun of people all the time for saying that shit. But you can say you're fucking training.
Yeah, I'm training. I got something I'm going for. I got a coach, and we're we're on a mission. And so training with that, and then my diet's been cool. It's been heavy. I know that I went out to eat with my parents last night, and I know that I probably surprised them a little bit with how much I ate. Because
what'd y'all eat?
Dude, so I shouldn't even say this because my coach might see it. I think I had like 10 rolls.
Oh shit! Did y'all do like Roadhouse or something?
We went to Roadhouse.
Oh, bro! If you're gonna go, you gotta.
Rolls are so fucking
if you're
good.
Look, if you're gonna do it,
you gotta do it.
I'm here. You know, like how often do you go there?
Exactly. I don't ever get to go there. Exactly. I'm on vacation, so I had like 10. Like literally, I think I had 10 rolls, 10 or 11 rolls, and then I had a thing of Cajun pasta, and then We had some like boom boom shrimp, whatever they're called, whatever version they're called
ones.
there.
That's the fucking fried ones with all the stuff. Oh yeah, dude, I love that shit.
Dude, this shit was so good. I ate so much food. I was like leaning back. And then I got back to my buddy's house.
You didn't even get a steak? All that shit, you didn't get a steak?
Didn't get a steak. Dude,
Damn.
Okay, I'm weird about my steaks.
Okay.
I'm weird.
How so?
I'm bougie about them.
So you need it's got to be a perfect cut?
I need my steak to be like $50 minimum.
Like a fillet?
Yeah, like a $45 minimum fillet.
Okay.
Yeah, not like a $25
Yeah, we're not
fillet.
doing no like fucking cheap cut here.
Yeah, because if I order a steak and it comes out wrong, it comes out not cooked right, I am sending it back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to... And then if it's like a shitty steak, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So I just don't even want to put myself in that situation. Especially when I'm hungry. I don't have time to be sending food back when I'm hungry at this point.
No, that's what's up, bro. Look, I fucking completely agree. There's so many times I've had bad steaks, especially like when I was like years ago, like this is like my third life, but like
Yeah, I know
life,
what you mean.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you fucking know what I mean. Like I was like oil field, bro, and like you just fucking wherever you're at, you're like, okay, well they got a fucking steak, we'll do that, and a lot of times it was horrible.
Dude, my buddies will be like, let's go to, like when I come in town, they're like, let's go to Sandbar and get a steak.
What the fuck? They have steak there?
Yeah, they got steak there at Sandbar.
No,
I went and I got one time. I said, what the fuck is this? I said the steak is cooked perfectly. I said, but it is a terrible steak.
Dude, no disrespect to Tim, bro, but yeah, no, I wouldn't go there for a steak.
Yeah, it's not my place for a steak. I'm more like a STK steakhouse type of guy.
Dude, there used to be this place. It was in Summerfield, Louisiana, and it was way up. Like if you're going like Webster Parish into Claiborne Parish, you go up like past Homer.
Okay.
Like you ever been that direction? And you're going up through the fucking woods. It was this little hole in the wall place called Moon's Grocery.
Yeah, okay.
And anybody listening or watching from this area, if they're from over that way, they probably know what I'm talking about. But like, best fucking steak ever. You would go in there. It was like an old rundown gas station, and it was like a liquor store too.
Oh no shit.
And and you would go there on like Friday or Saturday nights or whatever. It was open in the evenings and during the day for lunch. They had other shit.
Okay.
But they had steak on like Friday and Saturday or whatever.
Yeah.
And you would walk in there, and they had a big old pit in the back where they cook everything. You walk in, and they'd be like, "All right, what you want?" Well, I want steak. Well, the only fucking steak you're getting is a ribeye. Yeah. They're cutting them. They're cutting them there. And they're like, "Okay, how big do you want?" I want like a 8-ounce. No. How thick do you want it? They don't measure the ounces, so it's like, do you want a half inch?
Yeah.
You want a quarter inch?
Oh, that's crazy.
1 inch? Like that's how you fucking ordered your steak there.
That's crazy.
And they had they have an ice chest in the back, and you would go walk and you get like a beer, or you get like they didn't have fountains or anything.
Yeah,
so like,
you just grab what you want.
Grab a bottle, whatever, sit down, they'd ring you up, and you wanted a beer or whatever, and you just sit there and wait, and you get a steak and a baked potato, and I think I like maybe a house salad. You wouldn't get nothing else, but dude. Fucking steak was so good.
Dude, that sounds awesome. See, that's the type of steak I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I want a steak that's like fresh. I don't care where it's cooked at, as long as it's like a good cut.
Right.
That's my biggest thing with it, because like if I'm gonna buy something that's like, I look at steak almost like a delicacy, because like that's a big ass piece of meat that you're chopping off of an animal. And if I'm gonna eat an animal, I want to eat it right.
Yeah. No, I mean I agree. Like, and it's all based on, even like when they say a shitty cut of meat, it's like. It's not that it's shitty. It's just maybe it's been frozen.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for so long, or it's like, whatever it may be. And if it is a bad, quote unquote, a bad cut off of a lower end beef, still there's ways to make that better. But a lot of these places get them in bulk, and they get them cheaper if they get them frozen, and they'll just sit on them for a while.
See, that's the thing.
You thaw them too quick. They're not marinated, or you thawed them to right when they were almost just barely frozen, then you cooked them right then. That's that fucks up everything.
Yeah, have all that water in there and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot to it, and it's just a lot, mainly like preparation, like they're or like running out a high quantity, where it's like if you're running out that much fucking food, I probably don't want to get steak here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be cooked how you want it.
Exactly. I think that's the thing. It's like the steaks come like frozen, and they're not thawed out all the way.
And then they're trying to get them out quick.
Yeah, they get like mush, like they get like soft whenever they cook
they get that fucking brown color.
Yeah, they get that brown, soft, spongy feel to them, not that crisp cut. Like when you cut through it, you're like,
yeah, hell yeah, dude. Anyways, I could talk about steak for like 30 minutes.
I know, dude.
Dude, I want one now.
I know, that sounds good.
Damn.
Like a 2 John steak or like a Silver Star steak.
Silver Star's got a nice steak.
Silver Star is my favorite steak in the city.
They have a nice steak. They got it figured out the way they marinate that thing, and they have a good cut of meat, and it's a good. Whether you're getting a filet or a ribeye, it's a good cut of meat, man. I'm gonna have to quit like plugging everybody because nobody's paying me for promotion or anything today. But yeah, dude. So you're back in town for how long? Are you in town for?
I'm in town till tomorrow.
Oh fuck! Yeah, well, so I caught you up for you left.
Yeah, dude. This is my last thing. I'm actually doing a podcast tonight with my buddy Castle.
Nice.
Dylan Castle. Yeah, recording one.
Okay.
And I just started a new podcast.
You did?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So you were on your first podcast ever was on here
with you. Yeah.
And then fuck, dude, in 8 months or however long it's been, you already started your okay. Nice.
So I've done a couple of podcasts since then. I've started my YouTube channel since then. Started my Instagram stuff back up since then.
I've been seeing you. Yeah, I'm like, this dude's too popular to even fucking reply to me, bro. I'm gonna have to like text him.
Yeah, dude, I do not do the DM thing anymore. I get so many DMs. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I can only imagine, man. If you're active and you're in a spot like you are, you know, in that world, and then also being like. You're in that world, but then you're in that world too.
Exactly. You know? It's like two subcultures that I'm a part of. Constantly getting memes from everybody. I'm getting people sending me fucking dark humor jokes. I'm getting people asking me questions about bodybuilding. It's like, so I just really don't DM anymore. So like, if you got to get a hold of me, you got to text me
or figure it out.
Yeah, you got to
first. They got to get your number.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
No, dude, that's what's up. No, I get it, man. That's the same way I am, dude. I don't check those a lot. Honestly. With so many platforms and different things, it's hard to keep up with that.
It's hard, dude. Yeah, especially when you have all the platforms. It's like I post a lot of my stuff from like a posting platform too, so I don't have to get on the app directly.
Yeah.
Because like if I get on the app, next thing you know, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Yep, and I'm in the hole, and I just wasted 45 minutes.
Well, what's your podcast called?
My podcast is called Degenerate Juice Junkies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
DJJ.
So what are you doing? What's this about?
It's a bodybuilding podcast. Okay. It's about steroids. It's about nutrition. It's about other bodybuilders and like reviews and like critiques and stuff like that.
So you're talking like we're talking about gear. So let's talk about that shit. So what's the it's interesting how this works, right? Like in that world, and dude, I've taken all kind of shit, so I feel comfortable talking about anything. But in that world, it's so weird because it's almost like wrestling. It's like you don't talk about it. You know, everybody's doing shit, but you don't talk about it. It's like just like the fucking wrestling subculture. It's like. Yeah, they're all probably hanging out afterwards, bullshitting, but no, they're enemies. You don't fucking discuss.
Exactly. On the stage, they hate each other, but in the back, they're homies.
But it's similar to that with the gear thing. It's like people don't want to admit that they're taking. I'm like, dude, you can't fucking look. You can't alter your body without supplements, but without going to that level.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy in the gym about that last night. Actually, a kid. He was like 15, and. He was like, yeah, man. I was like, are you thinking about like getting in the bodybuilding world? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, I thought about it, but I don't know if I have the genetics. It was like, everyone's just on steroids at that level. And I was like, look, I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, everyone at the top level, yeah, they are on steroids. I was like, you don't have to do steroids to look good.
Yeah.
I said, but if you want to be at that level, if you want to be at a competitive level to compete with other people at the top, you got to do it. The body's not made to look like that.
Especially not for long periods of time.
Yeah, you can look like that for maybe a short period of time. But for an extended period of time, like, I mean, some of these guys are doing 5 shows in a year, and they look like that for 7 months at a time.
And that's extremely hard on the body, the liver, kidneys, the heart. That's what, there was this kid that come in the gym and was talking to me, because a lot of times I'll go through times, especially depending on what's going on in our business life. It's like I'll go through 2 or 3 months where I'm really, really in shape, and then I'll kind of fall off and look like I am now, where I'm just, I say fall off, I'm still keeping shape, I still eat right, but I get 2 or 3 more workouts a weekend, and that makes a significant difference for me because I'm not running all kind of shit anymore. But I'm like 205 right now. I prefer to stay around like 215. Probably last time you saw me, I was probably a little thicker, But like, he come up to me and he was just mentioning things. He's like, yeah, man, I think I'm going to get, and this kid's still in high school. And I'm like,
exactly.
He's like, what do you think about this, and this? And I guess he approached me because, I look like maybe I know what the fuck is going on.
You got tattoos and shit. You look like the cool guy.
Yeah. And so I was like, I advise you not to take any of those things until you decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, because I took all kind of shit. I started taking shit when I was like fucking 16.
Yeah,
17. Somebody had like a bottle.
18.
Yeah, somebody had a bottle of Test and like, hey man, who give you this? And then somebody had some Deca. And I was like, yeah, I'll take the, just
me
like
too.
dumb shit. And we didn't have any guidance. There wasn't no fucking Reddit threads about this shit.
There was no one telling me to take half the amount of Deca that I take Test. I'm taking the same amount of Deca as I am Test.
Yeah,
coming off and my dick's not working.
Yeah,
for 2 weeks.
you shut your dick down.
Yeah. I'm like, what's going on? Why is my dick not working?
Why do I look good?
Yeah.
And then this is not working.
Yeah.
Why am I still want to whoop everybody's ass? Like, I don't understand why my test is high, but then my shit's not functioning, you know?
All the girls want me, but I can't do nothing with them. It's like, what the fuck? This is a devil's advocate right here. It's like, come, take it, but watch this.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, dude, it's one of those things. But I told him, my remark was, I was just like, look, man, I would encourage you not to take anything right now. Just work as hard as you can and kind of figure out what you want to do.
Exactly.
And then if you decide to go that route, don't just recreationally use it. You need to find a supplement or like some type of nutrition coach and talk to them if you're going to do bodybuilding, if you're going to do powerlifting, if you're going to do CrossFit,
whatever you're going to get into.
You know, like, because there's things you should take, and there's specific gear you should take for this.
Exactly.
Specific gear you should take for that. If you're powerlifting, you're not going to take the same shit you are if you're professional bodybuilding.
Exactly.
Two totally different.
You're going to look different.
You're not going to have. Yeah, you're not going to have. Your abs are not going to be. If you want like checkerboard abs and be a powerlifter, that's almost insane. You know,
exactly. That's not going to happen.
Thor or somebody. You know?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's basically what I was telling the kid, and he was like, yeah, I got 2 national competitions in, what was it, Taekwondo. And I'm like, dude, you're 15 years old and you got 2 national. Yeah, he was like, and I was like, dude, he was like, oh, I don't do it anymore. I said, look, bro, I said, whether you do it or not, I said, that's pretty badass. And I said, you should like start with that when you talk to people. I said, you're over here like asking me questions. I'm like, start with your badass shit. Don't be so humble. Talk about it, show your ass off. And then I was like, but if you decide to get back into it, I was like, don't be afraid to like go all the way into it. Like really jump into it. If you're good at something, don't get nervous because you're young and you think, oh, like maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. It doesn't seem as cool, or like maybe I want to do this because this seems like more fun. Like, no, just dive into this shit when you're young, because that's when it's gonna make your adulthood like good. That's the shit that's gonna stick. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, dude, at a young age, I don't know about you, but me, I didn't know what I want to do. I was just trying everything.
I had not a fucking clue. I was doing everything under the sun.
Yeah, I was trying everything. Like,
I'm still not exactly sure what I want to do, but I've just got a better idea of it now.
Well, I mean, yeah, and you're honed in on what you're good at. Like,
exactly.
you've already found things. Like you're on your second life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real.
And you really, like, literally.
Yeah, and this is what I've decided. Like, when I was a kid, I was working out a lot. I started working out when I was like 13, 14. I played soccer all the way up into college and stuff like that, and I always trained. But then I was always like, oh, I'm too skinny to get big. Like, oh, I'm the skinny kid. Like, I'm never going to be able to get big. And then I got on gear when I was young, and I gained like 25 pounds in like 4 weeks. And I was like, oh, fuck, maybe I can get big. And then I kind of dive into it and then fall off of it and dive into it and fall off of it. And then got shot and kind of got more focused about things that I actually enjoyed. And that's when I got this mentality, like, man, I wish I would have known this as a kid to do the shit that I loved. Like playing instruments. I wish I would have played an instrument as a kid. That's one thing that I
really hate. Like what? Like guitar or like
guitar and saxophone. My dad's a saxophone player. Yeah, my dad's a saxophone player. I always wanted to play it just because he did, and I always wanted to play a guitar. I always wanted to play like an electric guitar and just like shred that motherfucker.
Dude, it's not too late.
Dude, it's not too late. It's never too late.
Not too late.
It's never too late.
I played saxophone. I fucking hated it.
No shit.
I played it in middle school.
Really?
I was fucking band dork, dude. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I wasn't coordinated enough to play drums. I wanted to, but for some reason.
Dude,
I can't. I'm way more coordinated now. I taught myself play guitar over the years, but like before that, like that age, I was uncoordinated and I was decent. I'd play some sports, but wasn't great at really anything. And I also played alto saxophone, bro. I wasn't good at it either, though. Like, I just fucking did it.
I always thought like nerds were in the band and shit.
We were.
Yeah,
I was a nerd then.
But dude, I wish I would have known that being a nerd was not a bad thing.
Well, it's different now, right?
It's so different now.
I think there were.
Back then, being cool was being
there were only
cool.
a few boxes you could fit in back then.
Yeah, for real.
Like now, there's thousands of boxes.
Yeah, you can be in any
it's
box.
because of social media, like or anything else. Like there's so many subcultures that there's some place for everyone.
And there's so much information for kids to decide, like, I want to be part of this subculture, and it's okay.
Yeah, because I was like, it was like, you were the prep, you were the nerd, you were the goth kid.
Yeah.
You were the,
the hood dude.
The hood, or, the white dude trying to act black.
Yeah,
there's a couple of those, like, or whatever. Like, and there was this few little genres, and so it's just like, okay, which one? And then you have some crossovers, like, well, I play football, but I'm still hanging over here with the cool kids, whatever. But yeah, so now it's like, I can only imagine, like, it's like, what do I pick? You get to kind of decide on what you like, and then if you like something, you can put it out there, or actually find other people that like the same thing.
Exactly, you can find people that are like-minded. As before, it was like, well, you just kind of like limited to your high school and the people around you. Yeah,
exactly, and so that it makes a huge difference, and I agree. I think that's something cool and unique about the new generations coming up, is access to information. It's a double-edged sword too, though, right?
It is definitely a double-edged sword, because there's a lot of information out there that they shouldn't have access to.
Dude, we had to look really, really hard to find a pair of titties somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, really hard.
Dude, it was like
now it's just like they can open a phone up and literally a second
get on Instagram,
see things that I haven't even seen yet. You know what I mean?
You can get on Instagram and see a pair of titties on Instagram now.
Yeah.
Back then, we were like searching through websites like high and fucking low.
I didn't even have websites. I was looking at fucking. I didn't have back then for me. I didn't have my phone. We were like have to watch Cinemax and like pause it right there.
Yeah, dude. I remember those days. Fucking wait until like 3 a.m. Like, I think this show might have some titties in it. This shit looks like it has a titty title.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's like Real Sex is coming on. They show at least 2 titties.
At least you'll watch 45 minutes. At least get to catch one.
Yeah, dude. You'll watch a whole movie for fucking 15 seconds of titty just to pause it.
Yep.
And then if you don't got DVR, you're fucked, because now you really got to be watching for it. You're like, I can't rewind this one.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, talking about like, are you open? Like, do you talk about what's your gear set?
Yeah.
Do you talk like what did you do leading up to this last, like, since I saw you last?
So for the last show, what I did was I ran test. I ran.
Were we running Sipinate?
I was running Sustanon.
Oh, so Sustanon. Yeah. Okay, so mix of all three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I prefer Sustanon because just the way that the blends work. It's fast acting and slow acting, so I get the fast acting portion. I just feel like it keeps my levels a little bit more level.
And how often are you taking that?
Dude, I was pinning every other day.
Every other day with Sustanon? How much, like one meal?
No, I was pinning like half a C.
Half a C?
Yeah, half a mil every other day.
Every other day.
So.
Okay, so your test levels are through the roof.
The test levels were high.
And then what in tandem, what were you taking?
And then with that, I was taking Tren.
Oh,
and I was pinning
Tren E?
Tren A.
Oh, Tren A's even. Oh, yeah, you're pinning that shit every other day too.
Every other day with that.
Tren A's so good too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that shit makes you hot.
Dude, I was fucking changing my sheets like every single day. I was waking up with like a body shape around me and sweat. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Dude, you'll be soaking wet and dick straight up in the air.
Yep, straight up in the air.
When you wake up, dude. Yeah.
Like, well, I ain't gonna roll off the bed tonight.
Oh shit. What else are you running with that?
And then I was taking Mastron.
Okay.
Taking Mast at 100 milligrams a day. 50 milligrams a day every other day. So
right.
I was shooting like a C.5 every other day in my delts, because I only bang my delts because my legs have atrophied from being shot.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
dude, that's so bad too. It hurts so bad.
I used to hit my quads back in the day.
Oh no!
And then I got a fucking like abscess, and like I can't really feel my legs. Like I can feel my legs, but I can't really feel pain directly. And I would like poke the abscess, and like my whole leg would spasm and shit. And I'd be like, "Oh, I know this hurts." And like my skin was really, really hot to the touch. And so I stopped pinning my quads. Yep. And so I just pinned my delts. Then I got an abscess in my right delt, like 2 weeks out. So I just was pinning my left delt.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you just over here just like trying to.
Yeah, like
I bet those bitches are calloused up right now too.
Oh, dude, my right delt is
well, the scar tissue. I mean,
yeah, I went to the doctor and got a shot, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna like stick in your shoulder." I was like, "All right, it might start popping like cardboard," but I was like, "Don't worry, that's normal.
Just get on through it.
Go on,
get on through it." Yeah,
yeah.
So Masteron, Test, Tren,
and then some orals. I was taking.
Oh, good old orals, boy.
Good old orals. I was taking. What was I taking? I was taking Winstraw. I was taking Taking Winstrol, taking Nolvadex to balance out everything else, taking Aromastane to balance out everything else. I was taking Cabergoline to balance out the trend. I was taking some more orals. What else was I taking? I took a little bit of Halo at the end. If you see this, coach, I know we weren't supposed to, but I took a little bit of Halo. Took a little Halo just like the last week because I was getting tired from the diet. My diet was strict, and I was really on point with my diet. So I ate fish every day for like 3 weeks or so. Like, that was the only protein I had was just fish. So that shit, and eggs. I had eggs for breakfast, but that shit got hard. So at the end, I took some Halo to counteract my tiredness, and then.
That's another thing people don't understand. Like, you can be ramped up on all that gear, but you're cutting so much weight, and you're restricted on your carb intake, your protein intake, your fat, and your fat.
So low.
Yeah, but even if your fat's low too.
Oh, my fat was
so
like
you're not
0.
getting energy from anything. Because your carbs, you can't get energy from carbs. You can't get it from fat, and you really don't get much from protein. If
and you don't really have sugars going in your body.
Right. So it's like they don't. So I mean, I get taking that little booster at the end because, like, dude, it'll zap you.
Dude, it zaps you. It makes you dead. It makes you just like.
And then you
wake up tired.
And you water load, you whatever cut, whatever you need to do, and then you get that. After you do your first set, and then you eat, and you get all that vascularity back. You still are tired. I mean, you get like amped up for a second, dude, but it still drains on you for a couple of weeks afterwards.
My eyes were like I'd like wake up with like dark rings all around my eyes, and like my eyes were a little sunken in my head and shit. But dude, hydration was key. But then you're drinking so much water. Water in is water out. So it's like you're chugging all this water. You're basically dehydrated from drinking too much water. Yeah. And so then you have no fats. Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude.
It's people don't understand what it takes to look like that. People see a movie or something and they're like, oh, fucking, don't shred it. Don't look like that to go to the beach. It's like, dude, you can for a couple of days, but it's not sustainable.
Exactly. And then people think like, oh, I'm going to take diuretics or something because I'm going to look like that. It's like, no, you're just going to take diuretics and piss out a bunch of water.
Yeah, you're just going to get rid of the water. Yeah. It's just like somebody saying, oh, I lost 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, it was water.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to get rid of that first. Yeah, you start getting into the good stuff.
For real, dude. And it's like,
it takes some work to get rid of that fat.
You start taking diuretics, trying to look good. All you're going to do is just go to the beach and look flat. Yeah. You're going to look floppy and flat. Yeah. You look better puffy and round than floppy and flat.
That's funny too. Isn't it funny how people do that? They they treat themselves like shit.
Yes,
all year long. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to get ready for
I got a wedding. I got to go to the beach. I got something.
Why don't you just fucking stay like that all the time?
I know. Like, oh, I got to go to Las Vegas in 3 months. I got to get in shape. And it's like, dude, if you just stay in shape, if you just
stay somewhat balanced. I feel like now, like diet. if I was like wanting to say, okay, I have something I want to do and I want to be a little more presentable. Well, I could probably shake back in a couple weeks versus a couple months.
Exactly.
And still, have pinnacle results because I try to stay in decent shape all the time. Like if I like hypothetically, if someone's like, or even this, like, because we do this all the time, CrossFit competition. Well, someone throws one on Facebook and it's in 2 months. I can make that happen.
Oh yeah, it's over with.
I'm start training right now. I'll drop whatever BS I might be drinking once or twice a week right now. I'll stop that.
Exactly.
And then we'll add on 10 pounds.
Yep. Get strong again, and it's over with.
Go.
Yeah. It's muscle memory at that point. But people just live like shit. They eat like shit.
It's unfortunate.
It is so unfortunate, especially down here too. Like living in Phoenix, it's like pretty much like a bodybuilding mecca where I live. Like it's super healthy and it's so fucking hot. You have to be in shape. Like, dude, you can't be fat in Phoenix. Like I have I don't have a couple overweight friends, but I know a couple overweight people, and but not many in Phoenix. I know like maybe 3 overweight people that are like actually like obese.
Right.
And that's it. Down here, I know a shit ton of overweight
a lot of people, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of overweight people.
It's almost. So my wife and I are in shape, and she's. You think like she's in better shape than me.
Yeah.
And when we walk places, I think we know everybody in this area, so we don't, but when we go other places together, you get looks.
Yeah.
And I know you especially you do, you know, because
I'm in crazy good shape and I'm in a wheelchair.
Right. So it's like, but you go places and you almost feel uncomfortable because everyone's out of shape.
Exactly.
You know, if you go into a room where that scenario is, and it's like you don't want to, then you're the person they want to ask all the questions to.
Dude, tell
and it's
me
like,
about it.
I'm okay answering those questions, but I don't think you're really going to listen to me because it took you 30 years to look like this.
It took you years to do that.
It's going to take you a couple years to turn it around.
Yeah, it's going to take you a couple years of solid, dedicated work. Like,
and asking me a question about if this protein you're taking or this diet you're doing now is going to do it for you, my answer is going to be no.
Yeah, me too. They're like, oh, what type of protein do you think I should take? What type of diet? And it's like, yo, dude, just because I'm the only one in shape here, don't try to single me out and make me feel awkward now. Like, now you're making me feel uncomfortable. Like, like, I'm just trying to enjoy my time. And next thing you know, I'm Mr. fucking fitness guru in the room.
Well, how does it feel like, I guess, one, getting used to the wheelchair scenario, like changing your entire life, and then also plugging this in. Now you're a pro bodybuilder. Like, do you lead with that when you meet people now? Like, like when you go to the gym, like, do you feel an obligation to let people know, or do you feel like some type of pressure on you? Like, what's the layout now versus before?
Okay, so truthfully, that's a really good question. And the way that it feels is I only feel obligated to tell people, like, yo, I'm a pro if I have like a jacket on and they walk up to me and they're like, oh my God, you know, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're motivating the fuck out of me. Like, I saw you in here and like it made me want to finish my set. Like, I've had people say that shit. I had one guy doing legs. I swear, he was doing legs. Comes up to me, he's like, yo, I was doing this one set of squats over there and I saw you roll over here and I was tired as fuck and I was thinking about quitting. I was like, no, if he's in here, I'm going to finish this set. And I'm like, dude, you're telling me about me motivating you to finish a set of legs? Like, do you realize how ass backwards that sounds? Like, your whole fucking foot's in your mouth right now. And I see this guy at the gym all the time. I know he means well, but I'm just like...
Well, I mean... Look, man.
In those situations, I feel like I have to be like, yo, like, I'm fucking pro bodybuilder. Like, I do this shit.
Right.
Like, this isn't... You see me in here for the first time. This isn't my first time in here. This is just your first time seeing me.
Right.
And then, like, cause people just have that stigma, like, oh, like, I can't believe you're in here doing this. Like, I'm so proud of you. And it's like,
I could see where that gets old.
Dude,
but at the same time, you got to remember that, you know, also you are a sense of motivation for a lot of people, you know, especially those that may not ever get to the level you're at, you know, once being paralyzed. You know?
See, I get that. And
that's a hard thing to balance.
See, and that's where the whole me having the jacket thing comes in, to me not having the jacket on comes in, because when I don't have the jacket on, the compliments are different.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, when I don't have the jacket on and I have like, I'm like all pumped up and shit, and you can see what I look like, people are like, oh man, that's fucking awesome that you're able to do this from the wheelchair. Like, you don't see many people like that. Like, this is fucking kick-ass. But then with the jacket on, I'm just like motivational sob story.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm like the guy that need, like, oh, do you need help? Do you need help? And then I take the jacket off. No more asking me if I need help. It's like, yo, that's fucking badass. People like looking at me from the side and shit. So, yeah, that's where that comes in. It's like, I don't know. It's just people's perception of you. It determines on if I say it. So, like, I don't really like to say it because, like, I don't feel like I'm a pro. Before the Arnold, I didn't tell people I was a pro. But I didn't even, like, have it on my Instagram. Right. Even though I was a pro already, because I didn't feel like
you wanted to debut. Like,
I wanted a pro. I wanted to feel like a pro. I didn't just want the name. I didn't want the title. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel like, yo, you've put in the work that a professional puts in to get to where you are. And after the Arnold, when I got 5th and I was going there for 6th, I was like, all right, you put in the work. You beat 2 other bodybuilders who've been doing this shit for years. You put in the work. That's it. Like, you can say it now.
Why did you say you were going for 6th? Why was that? What's that mindset there?
Because realistic.
Yeah.
Being realistic. The top 4 guys are big, and they've been doing it for a long time, and they have got like 40, 50 pounds on me. Like, there's a huge size difference between them and me. And one of the guys, he won the Olympia last year. The other guy, he got like 4th in the Olympia. The other guy got 2nd at the Olympia, and the other guy Had won the Sharu Classic in India. So I was like, all right, these are all like winners. Like these are all professional winners who have won pro shows. So like I was like, had that in mind. And then my buddy Brad, who I thought was going to beat me, he's been training for a long time, and he's just bigger than me. But he's also like 6'5". So of course
he's a longer torso.
Much longer torso, but he's also just much bigger in general. So I thought he was going to beat me, but then my proportions for my size were just a little bit better than his proportions for his size. And so I just beat him out with that. And maybe conditioning, I might have beat him out with some conditioning.
What? How many spots were there in that?
There were 7.
Division? So you were just hoping to get one of.
I was just hoping to get 6
from the tail end.
Yeah, I was just hoping to get not 7.
But see, even still, like you have to be a pro to enter that.
Yeah,
right?
you
so
have
it's like,
to be a pro.
It's not like it's just like 7 people entering.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's like you're fucking have to have your pro card to compete in this class, and then you're competing with the best in the world.
And then it's like invite only to this.
Right.
Like you have to be like invited for your division there. So it's like not just like there. I think there's like 50 something pros or 70 something pros around the world in my division. Not just like any of those pros could just be like, oh, I want to go do it. Like you have to have been competed, you have to have points, you have to be like one of the top guys to go to that show.
Right.
And I got invited because I won the national show last year. That's the only reason I was able to go. It's because I got invited to it.
Okay. Well, fuck yeah, dude. Dude, no, that's badass. I think, I don't know. I just think it seems like from last time I saw you a lot's happened,
A lot has
in a short amount of time.
Yeah, a lot has happened. A lot of growth has happened for sure. Yeah. I was just getting out of a relationship last time we spoke.
Okay, I got you.
I had just gotten out of like a 2-year relationship.
I got you.
Yeah, so I just didn't have a house. I had like moved back to Louisiana for a little bit to see my dad. My dad was going through the health problems, just got out the relationship, trying to juggle everything. My head was all over the place, dude, and now I've rebalanced.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Well, congrats.
Hell yeah, dude.
What? So this fitness line you're doing, the supplements. So, man, dude, I feel like I'm gonna say this. Like, I feel like everybody gets a fucking supplement company.
Yeah.
What's your reason for doing it, and what are you gonna try to do different by doing it?
The reason for doing it is because I know how good I am at expanding companies, and I've always fallen into like all these different worlds of business. And I've always fallen back into fitness. So I feel like if I keep on trying to expand myself into other lines of business, I'm just going to keep falling back into the same place.
So double down on what you're good at.
Yeah, so double down on where I'm at now. And I just feel like, I don't know, everyone has the fitness line. Everyone has the fitness line. Everyone does the clothes. Everyone does like the supplements eventually. Right. But not everyone is me. Not everyone knows how to scale things. Like a lot of people start shit that they just get way too over their head for. And I've scaled a couple of businesses in my life to where I've made a very good income. Okay. Like very good income. Close to $1 million. Okay. Yeah, if not over $1 million. Okay. And so it's like I have a very good understanding of it. And I just think that that's going to help me. And I don't plan on making a real living off of it for a long time. Like I have like a 2-decade plan for my fitness company. It's not like a 5-year plan. Like some people are like, I want to start this and I'll be making this much money in 5 years. Like no, I want to be like 45 and be like, all right, my fitness company is a staple in the community now. Okay. No, I like that. And for what you're, like I said, you're in 2 boxes, like filling both of those boxes. Like are you gonna have like some, like, what's your thoughts on like apparel? You're gonna have some like funny shit, like dude, like, because I can only see like how much dark humor you can inject in there. Because I'd wear that shit, bro. Let me know. I'll wear all of it. I'm gonna have the bodybuilding line is gonna be like some dark humor, real deal, like hardcore bodybuilding shit. Hell needles on the shirt, fucking like fucking up, like falling down wheelchairs and like fucking barbells and shit. Like like funny fucking memes, like handicap dark humor memes. Yeah. And but like nothing that's like degrading, obviously, but like shit that's like shit that's real and raw. If you're putting that out and you're promoting it,
then no one can say anything.
Yeah.
No one can be like, oh, I can't believe, hey, motherfucker, it's mine. I can do what I want. This is my shit. If I want to make fun of this culture, fuck you.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
This is my culture.
Yeah, you can't say nothing to me. You can't try to cancel me.
Exactly.
Over
I'm uncancelable.
Yeah.
And you can only get canceled if you think you can get canceled. I don't think I can get canceled.
I mean, you only really can get canceled if you give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're worried about, you're worried about things, man. It's one of those things where I've been fortunate enough with this show. It's like I was kind of walking on eggshells initially because I was like, okay, what do I talk about? What do I not talk about?
Yeah.
Not so much is it going to hurt my position in the community, or is it going to hurt my position in business? And then I eventually just got so comfortable just being myself. I'm like, I'm just going to be myself, and if someone doesn't like it, they don't have to listen to it. You know what I mean? And I think that's really the best way to be. But it's so hard for people to find that because they maybe they're working for a specific entity that says you can't do that, or whatever it may be. And it's just like, man, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, man, why the fuck do I have to hide my personality to try to be my personality? I'm getting on the internet to show out who I am, not to become a shell of myself. I feel like so many people become such shells of themselves because of sponsorships or because of just like they just don't want to. They just like can't be themselves. It's like how like a lot of people, they can't go to the bar and have fun unless they're drunk. Makes sense. A lot of people. I used to be that person. I used to like think I couldn't go hang out without drinking because everyone else was drinking. Now I can hang out and not drink, but that's taking a long way. Now, do I still drink sometimes? Hell yeah. Yeah. But like it's taking a long way to get there. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't drink. Right. I'm just saying, like some people, they have to have that alcohol to like open up and like be themselves. Like I can go out now. I used to be like that too. I used to have to like drink or like be holding a drink to feel comfortable or something. Like I felt like socially awkward almost. But now I can go out and my friends are like, damn, like, are you drinking? I'm like, nah, dude, I'm just like enjoying myself, But most people can't do that shit, and I think that's what's going to separate a lot of people from things. Yeah,
you talk about like the sponsor thing, like that's why I put off like having any type of like endorsements on the show for so long, because it's like I don't want to just sell out to someone. One, this show's not hyper local, so two, it'll benefit you some, but if you regionally operate it, it's better for you, or national.
Yeah, exactly.
But two, like I don't want to sell out to a brand or a company that I'm not aligned with. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in it, I don't wear it, I don't drink it, I don't eat it, so I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that I've been apprehensive about. And also it's like I wanted to grow this thing as much organically before I even entertain any type of sponsorship or endorsements or anything. Now I'm okay to entertain those things, but I want them to align with me. That way that way they can never call and be like, well, look, man, I don't really know about that one episode. I feel like you need to take our... no, we're not playing that shit. Like, exactly. You're going to sign something that says, if you want to be a part of this, you're saying that, you're down with what I talk about. One, your relationship with me has, like, my content can't hurt you. There's a clause there or whatever. But also, like, no matter what I say or do, whatever we do on here, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Yeah, exactly. Like either if you're on this ride, you're on this ride. If not, then don't fucking call me.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's obviously limitations, but it's like I'm not going to be limited.
Right. No, I'm not going to think about my sponsor before I fucking say something to you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to be like have it in the back of my mind like, oh, don't say that, don't say that. No, yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. And if I did have a sponsor like that and they came at me later on and they were like, oh yeah, we don't really agree with that, I'd be like, well, we're not contracted. If we're not contracted, all right, well then we're gonna have to go our separate ways because I'm gonna do me. I cuss a little bit. I'm a little raw. Yeah. That's what the fuck it is. And if you don't like that, well, you don't have to listen. Just like you said. Yeah.
Well, it is good too that in your like in the bodybuilding culture and then also that subculture, like you, it's more tolerable.
Way more tolerable
than some other types, other athletes or other sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like, oh shit, you can't do anything.
I'm not like an NFL player with a bunch of little kids watching me and shit wearing my name.
Or even a fighter.
Like now.
Now
Exactly.
fighters used to be that way. Now it's different. Like
fighters is like
we just saw that today. Poirier just signed an exclusive contract with Bud Light. So
no shit. Yeah,
so shout out to him.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to him. That's a household name.
Fuck yeah, dude. And for that to be your exclusive, that's I don't think they've endorsed a fighter at all, like that's exclusively. Crazy. So congrats to him, one, but like two, like yeah, you have to be careful. Like when you go that big, you have to. You
gotta
have to,
be real
you're
careful.
signing up for that, and what does that bring?
Exactly. Now you're like staying indoors and not going out and shit because you can't let anything happen. And you got so much on the line at that point.
Yeah.
Like you got more than your fighting career, you got your sponsorship career.
It's something that's going to carry you on into retirement. What
exactly,
have you?
Because a lot of these sponsorships, most professional athletes' main source of income. Unless you're
most definitely.
Unless you're like some NFL player, NBA player, but still
they make huge endorsements.
Yeah, their endorsement deals are fucking just as big as their contracts that they sign with. So it's like,
what's a big one you would chase? I guess in your career now, like what would be one you would like to get, like in your spectrum?
Sponsorship by Hostile Supplements.
Hostile Supplements.
Yeah.
What do they make?
They make
what's their pre-workout?
They have a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they sponsor like Samson Duada.
Okay.
And Sam Sullick just signed with them.
Okay.
This guy.
Is that the young dude that always wears a hat?
Yes, it's the young dude with the hat.
With
it's always
big
the car.
hair.
Yeah, the car
I don't
talks.
like. I've seen his stuff in passing, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's like in the younger demographic. So like I just see his shit as it comes across.
I do think it's cool that those young guys are coming up like you, and even younger than you, like coming up into the bodybuilding world and actually are being open about what they're using.
Yeah,
I really respect that because, like I said before, like it's just one of those things where it's like they didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much information now that you got to give the information so there's not misinformation. Because like people know about gear now. People know that people are running lots of gear now, and if like kids get on it and they don't realize like, yo, like, yeah, you could run a shit ton of gear and get big, but like you have to be at the right age to do it. You have to have the right nutrition to do it.
Not to mention like you can kill your free testosterone levels
for life.
I'm on TRT now because of that shit,
I'll be on TRT till I die.
Yeah, and so also
I accept that, but it is what it is.
I accept it too, but also it's killed I can't have kids.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about this on here, but I don't give a fuck. I'll be open. Like my wife and I tried, and then for like a year, I completely got off everything, did the stuff to where. And it wasn't happening. Now we could take the next step to where it calls, like, we do have children together, but what I'm saying, we're going to have another kid, but we take that next step, and it would cost so much more money to do that. And it's like, is it even worth it at this point? These children are half grown. Like, let's just say we decided mutually we're not going to, but at the same time, we had to have that tough conversation and that tough realization that my prior mistreatment of myself being an idiot has fucked up me being able to procreate.
Dude, tell me about it. I'm in the same boat. I have no idea if I can have kids.
So that's something that I agree that they need to be needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and like they don't tell you like you're gonna go bald.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well,
nobody told me that. Dude, but nobody.
Masteron's bad about fucking taking hair away, bro. When you said Masteron, first thing I thought was, let me see your fucking.
Oh yeah, dude, I got that clown cut going.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, no one told me about those little fucking side effects when I started. Like no one told me like if I take Deca, like my dick could stop working.
Oh yeah, Deca's the worst, dude.
Yeah, no one told me like I could lose my hair. No one told me about like all those little things that come with it, and like the kid thing, like I don't think I can have kids. Right. And because I just started running like crazy high doses of tests when I was like 18 years old. Like I wasn't, or 19 years old. My body wasn't ready for it. And
you were already producing enough tests. You didn't need to.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing. Like you just needed to do things to free up more of that. You know, like not drink every fucking day. Yep. You know, it's like one of those things. It's like your test
have
is really
better diet.
Right.
More
your test is really high, but you're making all the decisions to lower it naturally. And so then you supplement it. So it's like then you're doing what you want to do, and you have high tests, but the links of what happens, for doing that for a prolonged amount of time.
Exactly.
I was the same way. I took all kind of stuff, man. Now, one thing that I think is very important to highlight is that if you strategically take this stuff and you take it on a plan where you meet with a nutritionist, someone who's specialized in, I say nutrition, not like a fucking diet nutrition. I'm talking about like a bodybuilding coach.
Bodybuilding coach.
Like, and you plan these things out and you make sure that you're taking your anti-estrogen, your Novadex at the beginning, whatever it may be, and all those things, and then PCT off everything. Yeah. Because the handful of times I actually took when I say cycle, a real fucking cycle. With,
a stack.
Like a real fucking stack.
Not just some tests.
I looked the best I'd ever looked in my entire life and felt the best. Yeah. And if I ever were to do it again, I would do it that way, and it would be with a plan, like taking the what's the other stuff that you inject in your stomach?
Growth.
No, not growth, but the fuck.
BPC.
Yeah, BPCs
Yeah.
and BPC.
All the
You're talking about
peptides
and all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, HCT.
Okay,
HCT.
yeah.
Like running an HCT in there with all those things, and I can't remember that last cycle I did, but it was Anavar, it was Test, Tren, Anavar.
Oh yeah, you were shredded.
It was great.
Yeah, you were shredded.
It was great.
Yeah.
I think that was it. It might have been something else in there too, but it had the entire build up and then work back down with the PCT, with the HCT throughout.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, it was or HCG.
HCG.
I said T.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, dude. I'm not a gearhead.
No, I knew what you
anymore.
meant.
But you know, and the
fact that you know about HCG though, a lot of people
HCG.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, taking those things like before, I would just take like some tests and some trends, test and some trends,
Yeah,
test and
exactly.
trends.
Test and trend, test and trend.
I
test and
fucking
trend.
loved it, but my kidneys are wrecked because of that these
Yeah.
days. Like I know that now that I've hurt my kidneys because
Cholesterol's be going up and down through the roof and shit.
But if I drink in excess, and I say in excess meaning like more than like 3 or 4 drinks, I can feel my kidneys hurting.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, that's because of damage I've done, and that not to mention having a high protein, low carb diet at those times, and then drinking
drinking alcohol
while on those things.
Yes,
and then which dehydrated me more, would put more pressure on my kidneys, and then not drinking enough water, and yeah, man. So I know like. I could easily speak to anybody like when they ask about these things. I'm like, if you're going to do it, get you someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Get your blood work done.
I never did that.
I do.
I don't know what my blood work ever was.
Yeah, I never did my blood work before. I got to get my blood work done now because I'm coming back down to normal levels. I want to see where I'm at. But yeah, dude, coming off everything, like getting your blood work done is so important, and nobody does that shit.
Nobody does that shit.
Fucking
I did.
Pro bodybuilders barely do it, and like they know damn well.
It's so easy now. You can just mail off a kit, get you a thing. They'll send you you can do it all online, and then they'll send you to a lab nearby.
Yeah, exactly.
Run in there, do your thing. They'll mail your shit back, you know, or email you.
Yeah, it's so easy now, but it's like, do people do it?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
I just would go give blood. I'd be like,
yeah, dude,
give me a little flush.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
flush me out and I'll restart a little bit.
Dude, we fucking did that.
Dude, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We go give blood. Like, man, my iron's gonna be high as fuck. Let me go drop like 2 liters of this shit off somewhere.
My buddy sent me a fucking screenshot of a text message he got from the blood donor, and it was like, your blood has been successfully delivered to a hospital, and the caption was like, someone's about to get swole as fuck with this trenbolone blood.
But it does make sense if you think about. I thought about this, and I might have been talking. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or Josh and I talked about it, or maybe me and my wife talking about it, I don't know, but like a lot of people go their entire life without losing 1 ounce of blood. Isn't that insane to think about?
Dude,
and so
it
then
is.
If you can just, it's got to be good, right? It's got to be good to go. I don't know the studies on that. Can we look that up? What the studies on like what it does to like how good is it to replenish your blood supply? Is that you? That's you.
My bad.
Oh, you're good. Like to donate blood, is it good to make your body replenish that? Because like so many people would throughout
Their
lifetime
life,
never lose any blood. They never get any injuries and they don't lose
never
any at all.
major cuts.
Or
They get a scrape
They might
or something.
lose a little bit, but like they don't lose a whole pint. But to go donate and get all that drawn out of you. And then makes your body create new cells.
I'm not worried about it.
I got you.
Okay.
It makes your body create new cells and and all that. So
yeah.
What does it say? Yeah, there it goes. Over time, repeated blood donations may help the blood flow in a way that's less damaging to the lining of the blood vessels and can result in fewer arterial blockages. So there you go. Give blood and keep your arteries from blocking up.
Yeah, give blood and stay healthy.
Like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted to go to the cardiologist because I was having like low key like anxiety or some shit, and I've lived a weird, fucked up, crazy life. So like me to have anxiety at this age is weird. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why am I getting this?
What's changing?
I'm having like chest pressure or whatever. So I decided I'm going to go to the cardiologist. I'm going to be straight up with a man. I've done all types of steroids throughout my life and all this, and I talked to them and they ran all the tests, did all the things, checked everything, ECGs, all that. And they call back and they're like, dude, everything's fine. I go back and do like the checkup, and he's like, look, man, nothing's wrong. I was like, okay, so she's saying, okay, I can deal with that. I can just call myself a fucking pussy. Like, get the fuck over it, bitch. You know, you're thinking about stuff too much, and it's nothing to do with health.
Yeah.
And so that made me feel really good. And so now I can just kind of check that out.
Yeah.
But also, he was like, look, man, you can. He's like, this is off the record. I'm not gonna say who it was or anything. But he's like, dude, you could go do coke, roids, and everything. You're fine.
You're
like,
healthy.
don't. I'm not saying do that, but I'm just saying don't be worried about that. Like, you're fine. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I was talking to my homegirl in my gym, and she's a nurse, and I was like, yeah, I want to go get my blood work done. Like, I feel like something may be off, and she was like, yeah, everyone thinks something's off, and then they go get blood work done, and they realize, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah,
you're just being fucking paranoid because you do so much.
I think it's important though. It is important.
It is so important.
How many people do we know that's dropped dead in 50s?
Dude,
in their 50s.
My grandpa fucking had like colon cancer and a colon blockage, and was fine, then went to the hospital, and then passed away in the hospital just out of fucking nowhere. It's like, and all he had to do was go get checked up from the doctor, but he just wouldn't do it. He was just old school, like, no, I don't need to. I'm not getting my prostate checked. I'm not getting my colon checked. I'm not getting all that stuff checked, and ended up passing away from it.
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's rough,
blockage.
Man. There's so many people though. There's so many people. So I'm glad at least I've checked that. I'm like, okay, well, my diet and exercise routine must be working for my heart. Like, everything's good. So at least I know I'm on the right track.
Yeah,
so at least I can check that off my little list, and then I can worry about the blood and everything else. But if the blood's got to be decent, everything's got to be okay. If that all looks good.
Yeah, if everything else is good,
if that central machine, everything looks good there, then everything else must be decent.
Exactly.
But I encourage everybody to do that, man. Go even that, like, get that shit checked, because it's important. Like,
and donating blood is good because people need blood. Like me,
I agree.
Like when I got shot at a massive blood transfusion.
Oh fuck yeah! How much did they give you?
More blood than your body holds.
That's insane.
Yeah, they gave me 13 bags.
We talked about that, dude. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, 1.82
and
or
had that not been there, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, I'd be dead as fuck right now if people didn't donate blood. And like they put every single type of blood in me. So like, it wasn't like he's this type.
Oh, they just gave you.
They just gave me every single type of blood.
They had. They were like, hey man, fucking open the fucking pantry, bro. We gotta
open up the pantry and grab some shit out real quick.
Sweep the kitchen in this bitch.
Yeah, dude, they gave me a full sweep the kitchen blood transfer in 2 minutes of being in surgery. Fuck, dude. Yeah, they're in that motherfucker.
What is your blood type?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you don't?
Nope, no idea.
I think mine's A negative. But I mean, I guess when it comes to something that insane, they're just like throwing everything at it.
Dude, you know what's one thing I found out that's crazy recently? All right, so different type of blood types digest protein differently.
Yeah.
I did not know that shit.
There's a whole... get him to run this in just a second. There's a whole book about this. And it's a blood type diet.
Really?
Or there's this whole diet structure. And if you look at these things... Now, I don't know how much science is in it, and we'll have to pull that up, but like if you look at the blood type diet, they say certain people should, eat more vegetables than proteins, you know. Now, I don't know if this is based on, I'm sure there's been all types of scientific studies on these things, like how your body breaks down this protein more than this other, and it's based on your cells and all that stuff. But yeah, there's something to it for sure.
Yeah, I had no idea. I just found that out. So the guy that I'm going to train with in Dallas, he was like, yeah, your blood type? And I was like, no, why? He was like, oh, because I'm going to tell you how to change your diet off your blood type. And I was like, what? You
better find that shit out, dude.
Dude, I know.
I'm sure you got records of it, all the fucking shit you have done.
I'm sitting here thinking.
There's somewhere, some paperwork or email, you got that information.
I'm sitting here thinking back. I'm like, I wonder if that shit's in my surgical notes.
Oh, it's got to be in there.
Yeah. Dude, when I read my surgical notes, I read like 300 pages of fucking notes. Like right out the hospital, I was like reading it. I was like, I died.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Then I was like, I died again and again. It's like, damn, I got resuscitated 3 times.
Damn, dude. I was having emergency surgery, and you said, we talked about this too. You didn't see anything, feel anything, nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Just like you were asleep.
Yeah.
I was having emergency surgery. I had it's called EOE, which is like esophagus, some of the fuck. I'm gonna have that doctor on that actually worked later. We'll get with, and he can elaborate on those things. But anyways, basically, I was eating some brisket or some pork chop or something, which of course I'm always barbecuing. That's kind of fucking funny that happened. But anyways, and I hadn't drank much that day, so I was kind of dehydrated, and I've been drinking a little bit. We were on a golf course cooking and stuff, and some of it got hung up in my throat.
Yeah.
Well, they say that this happens to people that based on like your body inflammation, like types of food you eat. Like maybe if you have a gluten intolerance, well, they actually will make your esophagus inflamed based on what's going on in your stomach and all these things.
Okay.
So I had that where my esophagus will like slowly shrink over time based on, but I think they don't really have a lot of scientific information because it's something new they've discovered, but they think it's based primarily on diet.
Okay.
Well, I've since then been more strict on what I'm taking in, but like if you just pay attention to what makes your body become inflamed, then less things like this will happen.
Yeah.
Across the board. Well, anyways, it had happened like 3 or 4 years prior, and it'd been stuck. Like basically, I had a piece of meat stuck right here. This has killed bodybuilders and shit. There's a lot of information. Josh, can you pull up the information on the blood type diet? I think there's a book on it. But anyways, I got a piece of meat stuck right above my chest bone. I can feel it in there.
Yeah.
Well, what's so crazy is the first time it happened, it was a brisket. I was drinking water and it would not go down.
Yeah.
So it was still like enough air where I could breathe.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't go down my esophagus, and so I would feel it all the way up, and then I'd have to throw it back up, and then eventually I'll sit in the emergency room for like fucking 3 hours that first time, and then to get back there where they could just try to figure out how to get out. And then someone said, like, just chug a Diet Coke. Well, I did that, and, it finally loosened up and went on down.
Okay.
But the second time, it was around in the 12-hour mark, and it still wasn't coming out.
Oh, fuck.
So we went to the emergency room.
You're sitting there aspirating, trying to breathe.
Yeah, just basically that the whole time, and then trying to get water, trying to force it down with Coke, whatever, it wasn't going down. And it was like just a little hunk of smoked pork chop, like whatever. But, like, went to the doctor. Went to the ER. It's like 2 a.m. Mind you, we cooked all day that day. We had another event we had to do the next day.
Yeah.
Was there all day. There all night. Eventually went into emergency surgery where they basically went in there and they just went inside my, throat. They put me to sleep. And when they put me to sleep, apparently I had some type of reaction to the anesthesia. So I almost died because my airway started closing up immediately. Jesus. So it was a whole ordeal, man.
Yeah, you're already choking.
Yeah. So they
just closing you.
And I'm out this whole time, so I didn't know anything happened. Yeah. And then I come wake, and my wife's like, holy shit, I thought you were going to die. I was sitting back here, and all I seen was them come running out to grab machines and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. Well, I didn't know any different. So I say all that to say I didn't fucking know nothing different either when I was damn near apparently about to die.
Yeah, you don't know no different. You're just asleep.
Yeah. Well, they pushed it on down. So blood type. Is there actually a book on that, or is it just something that...
There's a lot of literature.
There's multiple books.
So it's just explaining what types.
Diamino suggests high protein diet that's heavy on lean meat. So O blood type. So... G doesn't know what blood type he is. I am A, and it says involved vegetarian diet base. Yeah, fuck that. So I'm most definitely not doing the blood type diet because I read this before and it's like whole grains, vegetables. Nope.
No.
I'll do
and beans.
I'm O, but honestly,
you prefer to do.
Dude, the leanest I've ever been was I was a fucking vegetarian.
Right. But I'm not gonna be.
I hate it because I love meat.
But I love vegetables, so I still do that, and I love carnivore. And I've done carnivore before, full on carnivore, but I'd say like 80-20. Like I'm 80% meat, 20% vegetables.
Yeah.
20% fruit. I don't really fuck with vegetables at all.
Yeah, I don't fuck with vegetables. I don't like vegetables.
I'll eat them. I'm fine with them. I just don't. I'm never like, ooh, I really want some fucking green beans.
Yeah,
I think it's from prepping so long, like doing weight cuts and fights and shit, and also like you just did the chicken, the fucking green beans, and the damn rice,
Yeah, like asparagus here and there. Like I'll eat asparagus and shit, but I'm never like, oh, let me go fucking buy some asparagus. Let me make sure I get some vegetables before I leave the grocery store.
Yeah, no shit. So what I do now is I just drink that green shake. I do the Jocko greens.
Okay.
Are you doing any greens?
No,
dude, I'd put them in. So I'd put them in because like whether it's Athletic Greens or Jocko's got some. I'm sure multiple supplements. You need to start fucking some greens in your supplement line, bro.
Yeah,
because I'm still getting my roughage and those nutrients from those plants every day. I'm just not having to eat them.
Yeah.
So I'll do that in the morning. I'll do a protein shake. I do the Jocko Malt because it only has like 4 or 5 ingredients.
Okay.
It's just like he uses monk fruit to sweeten it, so there's no artificial bullshit.
Oh, that's
animal-based proteins.
That's tight.
you're doing supplements, we need to talk, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Because about what ingredients you're using. Because when I asked that earlier, it's just like if you're going to do a supplement line, it's just like what happened with Arnold. You know, he was partnered with Muscle Farm, and he found out they altered his fucking
his recipe.
Can we pull that up? There was like a lawsuit on that or something.
No shit. I didn't know
So
that.
Muscle Farm partnered with Arnold, and they created these multiple products, and I was buying them. I think there was like a protein bar. There was some good matrix protein blend, and there it is. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's called Iron Mass. Breaking news, Wednesday, January 28th. This was in 2015. A class action complaint was filed against Muscle Farm for alleged deceptive label claims in the Arnold Schwarzenegger series Iron Mass weight gainer product. So
that's crazy.
We won't go into the weeds of it, but basically, let's see here what the complaint filed says. The complaint alleges that the defendant, can we enlarge that?
The complaint alleges that the defendant, Muscle Farm, makes a specific false claim regarding the source of protein in the product Arnold Schwarzenegger series Iron Mass by stating muscle plasma protein technology, 40 grams of potent blend of hydrolyzed beef protein and lactoferrin protein, citing the picture below.
So was this against Muscle Farm? Or was this Arnold suing them? Or did this whole thing just get taken off the market? This might be misinformation, folks. I'm sorry. So who actually sued who? That's all I need to figure out.
So the lawsuit alleges that they're claiming it's 40 grams protein is actually 19.4.
But did Arnold sue them saying that they were relying on his product? Or did someone else?
I'm really good at reading.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Let us know on that. But yeah. Anyways, like there's so much shit when it comes to supplements because so many people use the same like manufacturers to get their protein, their base protein, the raw products, and then blend everything. You know, so what I love is these ones like what I found with Jocko's line is that it's just minimum ingredients. Yeah. So it can't sit on the shelf for 3 years. You know, exactly. Like it doesn't have all these weird byproducts and shit in it.
Yeah, I'm working with a supplement company right now called Authentic Nutrition, and they're like an all natural company, and they have plant-based protein. Okay. But I like plant-based protein because I don't get bloated from it.
Got you.
Yeah, like the other proteins, I get like real bloated and overly full.
It's probably not.
It's probably the fillers.
Probably all the shit because I was looking at. I used to love nothing against BSN, but I used to love like a Synthesis. I used to just love that. Was like
I remember
a great blend. Yeah, it's been around forever.
Yep.
It's got your fast. It's got your slow release. It's got your casein. It's got your whey. It's got everything in it. So I always took that. I always had a bloated feeling after that, and I still have some at the house. I was looking at it the other day. I looked at the back of it. I was showing somebody over the house. I was like, look at this and look at the back of this.
Yeah, look at the list.
And even the preset, like the little pre-made proteins you can get like in cases, I quit doing those too because you look at the back of those. It's just like all that shit.
Yep, just bullshit. Yeah. And it's all the little fine print that they put on there. Yeah. So the longer the fine print paragraph is, the more shit they got in it.
Oh yeah, dude. And I just don't think, and I get it. It's like to keep it on shelves longer, make it last longer, whatever it may be. But like, I don't want all those weird fucking guar gum bullshit, like
preservatives and shit.
Yeah, the oils and everything in it. And like, my thing is like, if it's a plant based is fine too. Because I mean, I still use some plant based stuff, but like, especially with the greens and stuff like that. But even if you look at that, it's just the products I'm using, like the Jocko stuff. And I'm not like, I'm not sponsored or anything, but like, I just like that product.
I met Jocko when I was at the Arnold.
No shit. How's that? Is he cool?
Cool. Yeah, real cool dude. I met him in the hotel library. I mean, not the hotel library, the hotel lobby. Yeah. Yeah, I got a picture with him. He's a cool dude.
Hell yeah, dude. That dude's a beast. No info?
Arnold got the one. It was a class action suit for people that were using it.
Okay. So, well, it tainted. I knew something to do. I don't know when that happened. And that was, we didn't have as much access to information 9 years ago when that happened. I just heard that it got cut because of something to do with Arnold being involved. But whatever it may be, nothing against him, dude. I'm sure he didn't even fucking know.
Yeah, you know? I'm sure he just was
if he did know and he was like, hey, let's get this shit off the market or whatever. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate. It happens a lot in supplements.
Yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, it may say like so much protein in it, but like, is that digestible protein? Like, is that like actually going to benefit you? Like, how much of that's going to go through your body and how much of that's just going to become shit?
Well, before this, I just had Dr. Kenneth Sanders and Dr. Tom Siskron on. We were talking about that, and he's like, basically, once you get past that like 40 gram threshold, which that's always been the rule, right? Most of the time it just converts to sugar then anyways. So it's like, why even, eat more than that?
See, I always wonder that because like, is it just like that for normal people, or what about like enhanced athletes? That's a good question. That's a good question, because most of the thing going on right now, like, they say like 56 grams is like the absolute most you can digest within so many hour period, and of protein. And it's like, well, what if I'm on a shit ton of steroids and I'm doing 2 a days and like I'm doing this? Right,
I agree. I agree.
Like, how much protein can I digest at once now? Because my body can intake double the nutrients. My body can put out double the energy. So I feel like my body should be able to absorb about double the nutrients if I can intake it. That's something that needs to be done in a study, because I guarantee these studies are on regular individuals. Exactly. Right. Or if they have done some, that's something else. Can we look at that? Have they done like a study on protein? We're fucking Googling today, boy. On like athlete protein maximum intake, like some type of. See, a lot of the things that I've seen is like a lot of the like they do studies with like a lot of athletes that are like normal athletes, like not professional.
You're saying like normal, like whereas like they made
gym bros.
Oh, just gym bros.
Not like professional.
Not like people who are pushing their body to the absolute.
Not like people who have like a dietitian and pushing their body to like the absolute max. They're like getting like a group of 50 guys who work out, and they're like, all right, let's put some tracers in you and see how long this protein stays in you and shit like that, and like how you absorb it.
That's where it says right here. So okay, cool.
I mean, that's really
that's the thing though.
Complex. So okay, complete. How much protein do you need? True, false.
Well, I mean, that's what we're talking about though. I don't think even these studies are probably not based on like.
This is exactly what Siscron said right here.
Consume 15 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. Studies show higher intakes, those more than 40 grams in one sitting, are no more beneficial than the recommended 15 to 30 grams at one time. So that's what they're saying, but we don't have any studies to show, well, is that the case for a high output athlete?
A professional NFL player who's doing cardio for hours a day, and then on the field all day, or a professional bodybuilder who's on a bunch of steroids and having a whole, like, I mean, because when you're on steroids, your body is not normal anymore. No. There's a reason that you look the way you look. It is not normal anymore.
You'll find it to an athletic machine.
Dude,
I'm serious though, man.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's insane how it makes you feel, but it's just not sustainable. It's not something you can do.
Yeah.
For you can't do it for 30 years and
you got
normal. Yeah. Like, it's when you're pushing every single thing in your body to its over its threshold.
Yeah, over the threshold. Yeah, you're breaking your body down. Like, I'm so sore right now.
Yeah.
Like, my fucking body.
But it's so awesome. Though.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, I feel good, but I'm like, I got to like put the wheelchair out the car. I'm like, oh. My dad's like, you all right? I'm like, I'm great. Yeah, this is normal.
That's how it is.
I'm a little dehydrated right now. That's all I think it is.
Yeah, that's how it is too. It makes you become more body aware. That's why I'm like here lately with the
way
CrossFit
more body
thing.
aware. How is the CrossFit thing,
dude? It's fun, man. We just had those guys on, and they have Wad Gods, which is a huge regional competition here.
Okay.
You've probably seen it.
I've heard of that, yeah.
And we talked about those things, but like it's for us, dude. I love the competitive aspect of not having to get hit in the face anymore, but still pushing my body. I push my body to some type of limit, or mind to limit every single workout.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. And it's just like with your workouts, like you're having to get way past that breaking point. You're not just going to the gym to get a pump anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to grow.
Then
you're trying to shape
myself. Yeah.
You got to shape everything. And that's kind of like it for what it is for us now. It's like we're about to get into. We go out of town next week to do a huge barbecue competition. Then we're going to come back in. And we're going to get back on program. And we have, we have a good bit of weeks to the next big competition, but I feel like as we get back on program, we're going to start doing some smaller competitions. Like someone has something over here in Texas or wherever, like we'll run over there and do
local shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I love that part of it, man. It's I don't know, man. Like it's just the thing. It's not about any accolade. I know I'm not trying to go win any money or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just want to beat some people, but I really just want to beat the last time I did it.
Yeah,
that's really it. Every time.
You're still a competitor at the end of the day, but you're still competing with yourself mainly.
I don't like going in and being like, well, I know I can't do that much today, but I've done it before, and I'm like, fuck, that's what it must feel like to be washed up and old, like an old athlete. Like you have to look at these guys and be like, God damn, I remember when I could do that.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel that for like another 20 years.
Yeah, the old guy that's like, I used to bench 405 back when I was your age. Yeah, I don't want that for a long time.
Me either.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, making sure, like, I haven't had, knock on wood, any injuries, but I've had some weird little things, you know, tweaks, but everything, once again, I talked to those guys about this on the last episode, anything that I've had, or even a tweak or injury or anything, it's because of overwork, underhydrated, not enough recovery time,
I was about to say
not enough stretching,
not enough sleep,
poor technique. Like, I'll attribute it to all those things. Ego. I pretty much lost that though. My wife kicks my ass in most workouts, so my ego's gone in the CrossFit world.
I heard that.
I walked into that losing my ego immediately because I was like, I fucking can't do any of this. I'm learning, you know, like the overhead squats and shit. Like, dude,
that's how I feel in this bodybuilding world. I'm like the smallest guy. I don't have an ego no more. I just have determination.
That's good though.
Yeah, it makes me work harder.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're doing is awesome, man, and I'm excited to see you grow. Literally grow. And on the other side of it is like the space of like the e-commerce stuff and getting your brand going. That's exciting, man. When are you going to launch that, you think?
I wanted to launch it for April, but I'm still waiting on my clothes to come in.
Gotcha.
And I still got to get them screen printed, so it'll probably be like mid-May.
Got you. Hell yeah. So you're just going to start with like a small quantity and kind of like see where it goes?
Yeah, I'll probably get like a couple hundred shirts.
Hell yeah.
Make a couple hundred different style shirts. I have like oversized tees, like women's joggers. And
that's cool how that oversized thing just hit the market this past year.
Yeah.
Like coming back in style.
Yeah, that shit's going hard right now.
I like that shit because that's that old school bodybuilding. Like, dude, like those guys used to walk in and they'd be swole as fuck and you knew they were, but you couldn't really see. It was like almost like you're like, what the fuck? What's the dude look like?
My mom says that all the time because when we were at the Arnold, I was talking to this guy's named Stu Sutherland, Beef Stu on Instagram. Okay. And I was talking to him like 30 minutes at the valet, and he like we separated, and I went back over by my mom, and I was like, you see that guy over there? I was like, that dude is fucking huge. I was like, look at what he looks like underneath the jacket. And I showed her like his Instagram, and she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, all these guys that you see around here with these big ass clothes on, I said, most of them look like this. I'm like, I like to wear big shirts. As I've gotten bigger, my shirts have gotten bigger at the gym. It's for weird. Sure.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, that's what I used to do. Like certain workouts, I'd wear stringers. But if I was doing legs, I'd wear like an oversized shirt. Yeah. I don't know, because like when you're doing like people don't realize this, but if you train anything like this, like even today, if we do some type of pump enhanced workout, even if it's a CrossFit based, like an add and repeat, last week, dude, my shoulders like reactivated. And I was like, oh fuck! Like I was telling Billy, the other dude works out with us, like, dude, I'm ready to fucking hit the stage today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
real. You feel it
reactivated,
that pump was real.
But like doing those certain workouts, I would wear a stringer. Yeah, I wanted to see my muscles. Yeah. Like, fuck yeah, a lot of it was ego, like visual, but also it didn't make me feel restricted.
Yeah, exactly.
I could do all the lat movements.
Yeah, you can move your arms up and down. Your shirt's not getting stuck on you.
Yeah. But if I was doing legs, then I would wear a baggier shirt because I'm not pumping up that part of my body, you know?
See, I'll wear like a 2X shirt now to the gym because I'll wear like, this is an XL I have on now.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, you said like a medium last time I saw you. Shit.
Yeah, dude. So I'll wear like a 2X and I'll have like the sleeves like baggy. Like, make sure they're baggy enough to where, like, it's not restricting me.
Even when you get a pump, you're still not...
When I get a pump, sometimes I'll take it off. Yeah. Like, just ego. Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes I'll fucking leave the gym in a soak. And a lot of it determines on which shirt I'm wearing. If I'm wearing, like, a white shirt, like a big white shirt, I won't leave it on because I'll stain it with the sweat and stuff. But or like a gray shirt, I won't wear my gray shirts anymore because I stain them. Yeah. But like my black shirts, I'll wear a black shirt. I'll wear a 2X black shirt the whole workout and not even think about it. But that's something that I've gotten into recently. I used to always take the pump cover off. Yeah. Now I'll go to the gym with like no like shirt underneath my 2X. I'll just go there because then I'm like, oh, I can't take it off now. Yeah. Now I gotta wear it the whole time. Now I can't look at myself. And I feel like I get distracted by looking at myself sometimes. I'm like, fuck, I look so much better now than I did when I walked in.
It is your, I mean, that's your part of your career now.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, that's important, you know, like for just the bro that's going in there. I mean, look, man, I hope we can all talk shit. I've been that douchebag in the mirror.
Me too.
Like,
I've trained with
many a days.
I've worked out with no shirt on for an hour before.
Yeah, I've been that person, but like, so I'm not throwing shade on anybody. Look, anyone who takes care of themselves physically, I'm not throwing shade on, but there's just so much more reward in doing it for health and wellness and like mental, like pushing your, just doing it to get a fucking pump.
Yeah,
is not working out in my opinion.
No,
it's not pushing. It's not fucking training.
Yeah, exactly.
You can say you're working out and you're getting a pump. I'm going to work out today. I got to go to the gym. Gym. Well, that most of the time it's a dude's fucking social hour and they're just getting their biceps pumped.
Exactly, and they look the same the whole fucking time.
Diet never changes. Don't do nothing different. They're bitching about their old lady or their job, and they're just hanging out talking shit, looking at people that they're never going to be able to talk to.
Yep.
You know, whereas like doing it like what you're pushing yourself mentally, physically, and then also like becoming body aware. Yeah. Like there's so many people that just go in there and lift. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They never look
and no one ever helps them.
Yep.
You know, or they think they do it that well. Or those guys that always want to give advice have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Dude, I can't stand that. I have motherfuckers trying to give me so much fitness advice these days. I'm like, dude.
It's hilarious, man. Well, one, what worked for you may not work for me. You know, that's one thing. But also, like, if there's a technique, a way to do something, it's the information's out there and I can find it. Exactly. And if you're telling me to do something that completely
doesn't make sense,
like just like
if you don't
objects that, like then I'm not probably more than likely you're full of shit.
If you don't look the way that I want to look, I'm not going to listen to your advice.
Very good point.
Yeah, like I'm not going to hire a fat trainer. Yeah, now, I will hire an old trainer who has been training. Yeah, who used to be. Yeah, and now he's old and he's thin and he's just surviving.
The thing I worry about some of those guys is I see some of these guys that are trainers and like they're still training people, but I can tell that they have these. The biggest problem I've seen is I see these guys, some of these older fellas on, you know, what have you, social platform, or even some maybe around here that train these women that have them doing the wrong stuff. Yeah. When I mean wrong stuff, I mean taking the wrong things. Yeah. Like there's so many trainers out there that are old school. They're good weightlifting trainers, but they give bad gear advice. Yes. And you see these girls that are going into bikini comps that really probably should go the step up to the next division because their
on so shoulders,
their shoulders are a little wider and that face is blocked off now.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be in. First off, most women aren't injecting anything anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if they are, it's limited amounts of stuff. It's not like you should not run no type of cycle like you do a man. Yeah, like no. It's completely different. You know, and so I see that from afar, and I'm just like, oh God, you know.
Yeah, I was talking to a girl at my gym who she's a competitor, and she runs things, and she was like, yeah, I used to have a coach that would like have me injecting like way too much test and stuff like that, and like it just like threw her shape off.
Well, first off, their test levels are higher than us naturally, anyways.
Exactly, it's like
you just find other things to counteract that. You know, they don't need to be like, yeah. I've seen that a lot over the years, man, and it's disheartening too.
Their face turns into like a block, and
and then their voice gets deeper, and then they're for the rest of their life they may not ever be able to reproduce.
Exactly,
like, they're ruined for the rest. I say ruined not in any like judgment, negative, but I'm just saying misinformed and making decisions that will affect
it's like
them
how
for
us
the rest.
Having kids.
It's the same thing with my issue, like
and my issue,
and just me running like having to run TRT for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Well, I don't have to, but if I want to fucking feel good and do all the shit I do, I'm gonna fucking keep doing it.
Yeah, like if I don't want to get old at 45. Yeah. And I mean, if you're a woman and you're into bodybuilding and you're running tests and that you get all those side effects, but that's your lifestyle. Well, fuck, that's your lifestyle. Right, whatever. So be it. But what sucks
if you're a top tier competitor woman, but I'm talking about these bikini girls that should not be
misinformation and they don't know better. And now
their coach he is not well versed in that one. He may be well versed in a male bodybuilder.
Exactly.
But you can't take the same application, the same workouts. Yeah. None of it's the same.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, well, I'll give this to a guy, so I'm going to divide it by 4 and give it all to a girl. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. Way, man. And like a lot of these girls, like they're not trying to be professionals. They just doing it because they want to look good a couple times.
Or they just want to hit that stage one time.
Exactly. When they hit the stage one time, they want to look good. But next thing you know, they got this fucking really expensive top of the line coach that's like putting them on all this gear, and now they come off the stage and they got a clit dick. Yeah. And they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man.
It is unfortunate, but dude. I mean, hey, that's the world we live in.
It is, man. It really is. It's
you gotta live and you learn.
A lot of people that listen to watch this probably have no fucking clue what we're talking about, but they'll just give it a little goog. They'll figure out. You know,
give a quick little search and be like, oh shit.
They'll figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah. They're like, damn, that woman's face is blocky.
Well, I can spot it from. That's what I was telling my wife the other day. I was like, I can spot a mile away who's running shit. I can look at that dude and tell you he's running trend.
Oh yeah.
I can look at that dude in the bar who's red as fuck. I'm like, he's running shit.
Yep, exactly.
And he's drinking.
You see
and he
all
has
those
high blood
fucking
pressure.
neck veins and face veins coming out. Yeah, that's the alcohol speaking with the steroids.
Right. Also, that's the guy who doesn't really work out and just runs a lot of shit.
Exactly.
I mean, it maybe works out twice a week. Like, I can see it all day long. I can tell when a woman's running. I'm like, yep, that CrossFit comp. Well, pretty much all of them are run out of bar now anyways. But like, I can look at them like, hey,
standard now.
Yeah, you have to compete. Like, to get to that level. It's just like anything else in bodybuilding.
Yeah, to stay at that level, you've got to.
But it's crazy, man. It's cool. It's cool that everyone can talk about it in this space. I didn't know we were going to get into this today, which is kind of cool because I've never really talked about it on here.
Yeah.
But I'm well versed in the fact that I've dabbled in a lot of it. You know what I mean? And kind of know a little bit about this and that. But I would still go to a professional if I wanted to get specific results and to do specific things. Exactly. I wouldn't try to do it myself, you know, and just throw shit together like I'd had in the past.
Yeah,
because
I don't do it myself because you just can't.
No, I mean not to the level that those people, if that's all they do all day long.
Yeah, my coach, I look at it like my coach has a coach. You know, so like if my coach has a coach, I definitely need a coach. Yeah. Like if my coach needs someone to coach them, and they're my coach, there's so much to learn. There's so much in the world to learn still.
Who's the top coach? That's the question.
That's what I always wonder. I think it's this, what is his name? It's a old black dude. It's a real thin, older black dude. He coached a lot of the pros back in the day. He's probably one of the best coach, and Hadi Rambod.
Hadi Rambod.
He owns Evogen.
Okay. Yeah.
He's down in Dallas. I think that he's probably the best coach
Texas
right now.
is a mecca for bodybuilding.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, you're Phoenix, right? That's a mecca too, but Texas is really a mecca.
Dallas is huge.
It's a mecca for
Branch Warren's down there.
Yeah. When you go somewhere like around Houston or Dallas, like, or even, you know, a little further west, like you go in those areas and you're gonna run into someone who is part of the bodybuilding world. Yeah. Like if you go to the mall or wherever, or go to Buc-ee's, you're gonna fucking see somebody who's jacked.
It's big. Yeah, when they have the Texas shows last year, I told someone I was doing a Dallas show, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to Texas with the big boys." Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, big dudes in Texas."
Florida's a big market too.
Orlando.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, I can use the bathroom. You have a bathroom up here?
We're about to wrap this thing up. Hell yeah, I got a bathroom. But let's wrap this thing up, bro. Any final thoughts or anything you want to plug?
I want to plug in my new YouTube. Okay. It's IFBBG, IFBB_G. Okay. And then the new podcast, Degenerate Juice Junkies. It's DJJ_podcast on Instagram. Hell yeah. We don't have much posted yet, but we've got a couple episodes recorded, and we're going to be posting them soon. Awesome. Hell yeah. And then my Instagram, IFBB_monster_jam.
Sweet. Well, it's always a pleasure, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for your time, homie.
It was awesome, bro. Yes.